Okay, so I did my best to make this frame interesting. It's clearly not. It's the struggle of my life, and maybe I should meditate.
So why did we call it guided meditation? To get you here.
Hello and welcome to I have no idea what I'm doing. My camera died whilst recording this, and now you have to deal with this glare and pretend it's an artistic choice. And I just got a message. I just can't go wrong today, can I?
Relax. Are you relaxed?
What?
Today, meditation.
Oh, it's nothing. Just a little Oriental philosophy and some meditation.
Meditation.
Now, why would you want to meditate? It's obvious. To prove your superiority to other people, to feel more woke and spiritual.
Everybody sit on the floor, Indian style like me. Oh my God, if you're wearing a dress, please keep your knees together. Nobody wants to see that.
Now, by no means am I an expert on meditation, but neither am I on vitamins, yet I still take them. It's just one of those things, I guess. Once you see something work for you, even though you don't entirely grasp how it works and its way of working, you just want to instantly go to your Avon meeting and share it with the whole group. Just kidding, Oriflame, obviously.
How is this not a pyramid scheme?
Now that we've got my questionable sense of humor out of the way, what most people find challenging when it comes to starting to meditate is the fact that you're used to having your thoughts racing 100 miles an hour. This becomes our comfort zone. It seems like we seem to think that we will lose sense of ourselves or even cease to be ourselves when we let go of the chaos. This attitude, I find, seems to be pretty prevalent. It's as if seeking harmony were to shake the grounds of one's identity, which is, in my opinion, absurd. Learning to let go of your racing thoughts and of constant stress is a skill in itself, though. You cannot possibly expect yourself to change something as complex and intense as your thought process to shift in an instant. Usually what happens is we expect ourselves to progress from 0 to 10. And if that doesn't happen, we give up and decide it's just not for us. And it's not within our personality. Now, I think it's an addiction of sorts. An addiction to instant gratification. But that's a subject for another video. Now, if you think about it, when you take up a new sport, for instance, you don't expect yourself to grasp the essence of it in one day, do you? I've been riding horses my whole life and I'm still shit, as you can observe in one of my older embarrassing videos. But learning a new skill is a process that seems to be logical. So why do we put so much pressure on ourselves when it comes to an activity that is so utterly vulnerable and consuming and, well, life-changing?
Okay, what is that? Like a video game?
It alerts me when my stress level goes up so I can try to calm down.
You have stress?
Yes.
I reckon it's a matter of emotion, which has to do with the feeling of accomplishment being heavily connected to stress, anxiety, and moving through life hastily in constant motion. I don't think it depends on our personalities. I think it depends on achieving balance and an inner grounding of sorts that has nothing to do with your temperament or way of being. I have a theory that all of us come into this world with some dose of inner chaos, which we are meant to tame throughout our lives. As I see chaos itself as a pejorative. We can harness it somehow, though, and I feel like meditation is the tool that could be utilized to do that. I don't believe any extreme in life is in any way beneficial to our well-being. I don't think everyone is meant to be a monk or follow a spiritual leader or a guru in the mountain of holier than thou. You don't have to find your chi.
Oh my God, chi.
Or look for it, for that matter, if searching for a higher meaning doesn't float your boat or sounds pretentious to you. It's completely fine.
As we walk through the meadow that is very spiritual.
I do believe that we live in constant disarray, though. And I don't believe we're condemned to live this way. And I think meditation seems to grapple with this problem.
To meditate successfully, the idea that you're doing a meditation can be quite an obstacle. It's not to do with doing, it's not a doing, it's the realization that you are.
When it comes to tools, you've got apps, for example. I love using Calm. It's my app of choice, and it has nothing to do with the fact that they offer a bedtime story read by Eva Green. Nothing.
Well, hello and welcome. My name is Evergreen, and this is Nightfall.
There's also Headspace and many others. Whatever floats your boat, it's really helpful. You can always search it on YouTube for someone to guide you through it, to guide you through breathing as well. There's a great extension as well for Google Chrome, made by the creators of Freedom app. It's called Pause, Stop Mindless Browsing. I'll put a link to it in the description. You can choose a list of distracting sites that you visit often, especially social media, and it makes you take a couple of deep breaths before the page loads. I always follow it and it helps me tremendously to ground myself. Do you have to sit or do you have to lay? No, bitch, you do whatever the fig you want. You don't have to have perfect circumstances in order to start meditating. You just have to start. It doesn't matter how long, it doesn't matter in what position. That's what she said. Stop telling yourself you need perfect circumstances of any sort. That's the point. What about the thoughts racing? I like to trick myself. When I inhale, I think to myself the word inhale. When I exhale, I think to myself the word exhale. So I focus on the words themselves. At the same time, I imagine that I am breathing through one nostril and then breathing through the other. This has nothing to do with reality or the way human body works. It's just a way to focus on something else than your thoughts. When they come to you though, don't get frustrated that you're thinking about something. Just let them go and go back to thinking about your breath. One anxiety calming exercise that I learned from the book It's Not Always Depression is deep belly breathing. When I get into a panic attack, it's something that helps me very much. You breathe all the air into your belly so it expands like you were pregnant and it looks odd, and then you exhale. And you do that throughout a couple minutes and it makes you relax a lot. Next thing is to relinquish control. You're just a human being. It's not possible for you to control every single cell in your body. And you do realize that when you get ill, for example. So please don't be so arrogant and ignorant to think that you are able to control every single thing. You have to let it go at some point, because otherwise you're going to be trapped in your own built cage. What is also very beneficial to relax is 4 to 3 hertz music.
Here are some downloaded peaceful sounds.
You can YouTube it easily, just type 432 hertz music. It helps your mind to get into a theta state, so a sleep-like state.
That one makes me think of death.
And allows the body to let go. I have asked a couple of my friends who do meditate why they do so. And I got many similar answers. to ground themselves, to connect with themselves, to let go of anxiety and racing thoughts. One of my friends said he meditates not to feel ᴏᴜᴜ. ᴏᴜᴜ, world pain, also world weariness, is a term coined by the German author Jean Paul. In its original meaning, it denotes a deep sadness about the inadequacy or imperfection of the world. But my favorite statement is from my friend Wojtek, because he told me he meditated to reach his United States, which, fair enough. And my experience in all of this is I struggle with mental illness, I struggle with Lyme disease. There are a lot of states that I very often don't have control over that make me anxious or very, very uncomfortable in my body. And then I feel disconnected. This helps me charge my battery again. And it's incredible because I learned to be comfortable with myself and with my own mind. And I don't need anything else.
But an alignment with the totality without the need to mentally understand anything. And something helpful to realize that is to pretend for one moment that there is no past and no future. Shh. Shh. Shh.
Thank you for watching. I'm sorry for looking down at my notes. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Thank you for the feedback under my last 2 videos. Bye.